Hello everyone. So today we're going to look at a nice problem from trigonometry. The problem is find the total number of ordered pairs x and y which are satisfying these two equations simultaneously. The first equation is sin of x plus sin of y is equal to sin of x plus y, and the other equation is mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1. So let's start. Now our objective of the question is to find the values of x and y for which both equations are satisfied simultaneously. So let's start with the equation 1, that is mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1. Now if I want to solve this, I have to define mod of x. Similarly, I have to define mod of y. Now, if I have to define mod of x, then that means x can be positive and x can be negative. Similarly, here we'll be having two cases, y can be positive and y can be negative. So in total, we'll be having four cases, either positive positive, positive negative, negative negative, and negative positive. So we'll see all cases. So let's start with the case 1, that is when x is positive as well as y is also positive. So I'm entering into the first quadrant, it's visible. So if x is positive, mod of x will open as x and mod of y will open as y. So our equation will be x plus y is equal to 1. So this is our first equation. Similarly, second case, when x is negative and y is positive, that means I'm moving towards second quadrant. So our equation will be minus of x plus y is equal to 1. Similarly, let's talk about the third quadrant, that is x is negative and y is negative. So both will open as negative, so minus of x and minus of y is equal to 1. Similarly, let's talk about the fourth case, that is when x is positive and y is negative. Y is negative. That means I'm entering into the fourth quadrant and our equation will be x minus y is equal to 1. Now using these four cases, I'll be drawing the graph of the curve. Once I draw the graph of the curve, that is mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1, we'll be having a better understanding about the curve. So this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. Now if you look at the line, x plus y is equal to 1 is a straight line, and this is only valid when x is positive and y is positive. That means I'm entering into the first quadrant. Now it's a straight line, that is x plus y is equal to 1. As you can see, x-intercept is 1 and y-intercept is also 1. So our line will be something like this. That is x-intercept is 0, 1, 0 and y-intercept is 1, as you can see here. Now let's talk about the second quadrant. As you can see, this the first line is only valid when x is positive and y is positive. So our curve will be limited up to here. Now let's talk about the second case when x is negative and y is also positive. So I got the straight line, that is minus of x plus y is equal to 1. If you're going to plot this, you will be having x-intercept minus 1 and y-intercept plus 1. So you can see here x-intercept is minus 1 and y-intercept is plus 1. Now let's talk about the third case, that is third quadrant, x is negative and y is negative. Again we have a straight line, that is minus of x plus minus of y is equal to 1, and here x and y-intercept both are negative 1. So the line must be like this, and the y-intercept is minus 1. Similarly, x-intercept is minus 1. Now let's talk about the fourth case, that is in fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. So the line is x minus y is equal to 1. As you can see, x-intercept is 1 and y-intercept is minus 1. Now as I told you, once we get the graph of the curve, mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1, we'll be having a better understanding about the final solution as well as about the curve. As you can see, the first thing I can say about the curve is mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1 represents a square, and the second most important thing is once we solve the second equation, sin of x plus sin of y is equal to sin of x plus y, whatever we get solution from here, this equation, well, the final solution will be must be intersection of these two conditions. Now one more observation is the x belongs to minus 1 to 1 for the solution pair. Similarly, the value of the y will be from minus 1 to 1. So if you take the intersection of these two conditions, I know that x is going to lie from minus 1 to 1 and similarly y is going to lie from minus 1 to 1. So our solution must be in this range. Now we'll solve the second equation, that is sin of x plus sin of y is equal to sin of x plus y. Now previously we have solved equation 1. Now in this slide we'll be solving equation 2. In the end we'll be calculating the intersection of solution of equation 2 and solution of equation 1. So the equation is sin of x plus sin of y is equal to sin of x plus y. So I'll keep LHS as it is, that is sin of x plus sin of y is equal to, now I'll open sin of a plus b using our standard formula, that is sin of x multiplied by cos of y plus cos of x multiplied by sin of y. Now I'll do one thing, I'll take this term on the left hand side. As you can see, I can take sin of x common. So let's take sin of x common, and the remaining I'll write here 1 minus cos of y plus, again I'll do the same thing, I'll take the second term on the left hand side and I can take sin y common. So taking sine y common, I'll get this as 1 minus cos of x is equal to 0. Now the best thing I can do here is further onwards, I can convert this into half angle formula. So let's write sine of x as it is. Now here I'll be writing cos of y as 1 minus 2 sine square y by 2. Then 1 and 1 will cancel out. I'll get this as 2 sine square y by 2 plus sine of y as it is. Again I'll go towards half angle formula, that is 2 sine square x by 2 is equal to 0. Now as you can see, 2 and 2 will cancel out. Now I can see here the angle is x here and angle is x by 2 here. Similarly, angle is y here and angle is y by 2 here and y here. So the next thing I can do here is I can convert everything into half angle using sine 2 theta formula. So I'll write this sine 2 theta as 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2 multiplied by sine square y by 2 as it is, plus now I'll write sine y as 2 sine y by 2 multiplied by cos y by 2 multiplied by sine square x by 2 is equal to 0. Now as you can see, first of all 2 and 2 will cancel out. Now the maximum thing I can take common from here is sine of x by 2 and sine of y by 2 from these two terms. So let's take sine of x by 2 and sine of y by 2 common. Now remaining inside is, if I take sine of x by 2 and sine of y by 2 common, remaining is sine of y by 2 multiplied by cos of x by 2 from the first term. Now from the second term you can see here the remaining is cos of y by 2 multiplied by sine of x by 2 is equal to 0. Now if you look at this term, this is sin a cos b cos a sin b. So we got a perfect formula here and these two terms as it is. So sine of x by 2 as it is, sine of y by 2 as it is. Now the next term is sine of, as you can see, y by 2 plus x by 2 is equal to 0. So from here I'll be solving this in the next slide. That is, we got three terms, that is product of three terms, either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. So I'll solve this in the next slide. Now previously we have solved the second equation and we got second equation as a product of three numbers, that is sine of x by 2 multiplied by sine of y by 2 multiplied by sine of x plus y whole divided by 2 is equal to 0. Now if product of three numbers is equal to 0, that means either first number is 0 or second number is 0 or third number is 0. So let's start with the case 1, that is, let's say sine of x by 2 is 0. If sine of x by 2 is 0, that means x by 2 is equal to integral multiple of pi, and here n belongs to an integer. The values of n can be, as you can see, 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, and so on, all integers. Now earlier I told you that after solving equation 1 I got the value of x is from minus 1 to 1, and similarly the value of y is from minus 1 to 1. And as I told you one more thing, that is the final answer will be intersection of these two conditions. That means the value of x will be varying from minus 1 to 1 and y as this. So x is from here, x is equal to 2n pi. Now many values of n are there, so let's put n is equal to 0. If I put n is equal to 0, I'll get x is equal to 0. Similarly, if you check for the second and third value, x is equal to 2n pi, as soon as you put n is equal to 1, this value will become 6 point something. And as I told you, our solution must be accepted from minus 1 to 1 in this domain. So x is equal to 0 is the only solution here. If x is equal to 0 is the only solution, that means second equation, that is mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1. If I put x is equal to 0 here, I'll get mod of y is equal to 1, because the solution is intersection of these two. If mod of y is equal to 1, the value of y is equal to plus or minus 1. Now our final solution from here must be 0 comma 1 and 0 comma minus 1. As you can see, x is always 0 and the values of y will be plus or minus 1. So I got two ordered pair from this case 1. Now let's solve case 2. Case 2 is when sine of y by 2 is equal to 0. So in the similar fashion I'm going to solve sine of y by 2. So if sine of y by 2 is 0, then y by 2 is equal to integral multiple of pi. Now here m belongs to integer. So in the similar manner I'm going to solve, that is y is equal to 2 m pi, and the values of m can be 0, plus or minus 1, similarly plus or minus 2, and so on. Now here only one value of m will satisfy, because other values gives us the value of y more than 1 or less than minus 1. So that is not acceptable. So m is equal to 0 is the only integer which is satisfying this. So y will be equal to 0. If y is equal to 0, put the value of y in this equation, equation 1. we'll get mod of x is 1. If mod of x is equal to 1, then x is equal to plus or minus 1. Now from here again we got two nice ordered pairs, that is 1 comma 0 and one more, that is minus 1 comma 0. Now from this case 2 we got two solutions. Now let's move on to the case 3, that is if sine of x plus y whole divided by 2 is equal to 0. That means x plus y this time divided by 2 is an integral multiple of pi. Let's say k is one integer and it is integral multiple of pi. Now x plus y will be equal to 2k pi. Now again only one value of k will satisfy here, because from 1 or minus 1 onwards all the value will not satisfy. So put k is equal to 1, sorry, k is equal to 0. We'll get this as x plus y is equal to 0. Now from here I got x is equal to minus of y. Now again if you substitute the value of x is equal to minus y or y is equal to minus x in this equation, we'll get this as mod of y is equal to twice mod of y is equal to 1 and mod of y is equal to half. Now from here the value of y will be equal to plus or minus half. Similarly, if y is positive, x is negative, and x is negative, y is positive. So again I got two ordered pairs. The ordered pairs are when y is positive, x is negative. So minus half comma half, and when x is positive, y is negative. So as you can see, half comma minus of half. So I got two ordered pairs from case 3. Now I'll show you all the solutions on the graph of first curve, similarly for the second curve in the next page. Now previously we have solved the equation 2, that is sine of x plus sine of y is equal to sine of x plus y, and we got 3 cases. Now from case 1, case 2, case 3, you can see in total we got 6 solutions. Now in the slide I'm going to try to put these points on the curve of mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1. So let's start with these 2 points 0 comma 1 and 0 comma minus 1. So 0 comma 1 is easy to locate here, that is 0 comma 1 and 0 comma minus 1. As you can see, both points are satisfying this curve, that is mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1, because they are lying on the curve itself. So similarly these two are our solution. Similarly I'm going to plot 1 comma 0 and minus 1 comma 0 on the curve. So 1 comma 0 is on x-axis, that is 1 comma 0 here, and minus 1 comma 0. And again these two are again satisfying the curve, that is mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1. So these two are already our solution. Similarly I'm going to put these two on the curve, that is 1 by 2 comma minus 1 by 2, that is in fourth quadrant, 1 by 2 comma minus 1 by 2. Now again this point is lying on the curve mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1, so this is accepted. Similarly minus half comma half, so minus half comma half will be opposite to this point half comma minus half, that is in second quadrant. Now again minus half comma half is lying on the curve mod of x plus mod of y is equal to 1. So this all 6 will be our final answer, and that will be all.